Hey, join me as I start my YouTube journey here, learning a little software development and helping out some of my fellow hams. In the video you're about to see, I accidentally wore these glasses, which are photosensitive, so they're dark in the whole thing. But follow me over to the beach and let's get this going. Hey, I am Michael. My ham radio call sign is AF6FB, and I'm trying to get my YouTube channel started. Been struggling with this for a long time, and I came up with an idea that I think will work for me, and hopefully it'll work for you. So my goal here is to walk you guys through some of the struggles I'm having and go through a project with you, because I'm trying to learn more stuff than just creating a video here. So with that said, let me talk you through the project I'm working on and what kinds of things I'll be learning along the way. And if this seems interesting, you're welcome to join me on this journey. Starting a YouTube channel is something I've wanted to do for quite a long time. I came up with this idea for a little software project, and that's what this little series is going to be about. So, as I talked about before, I am a software engineer, software developer, have been for most of my life. This project is about creating something for amateur radio. It's 2025 now, and I've been a ham radio operator since 1981. Been a while. And this app is about trying to make it easier for people that belong to clubs to get access to club information. And I'll go into more detail on that in a little bit. But as far as my development background, I started with Pascal back when people thought that was good for building business software. Then I moved to C and C++. This was all in the mid-'80s. By the 1990s, I was getting started on Windows programming, right at the cusp between Windows 2 and Windows 3. From there, I moved on to server-side work, and I spent a bunch of years doing ASP.NET using C#. And from there, I went on into team management, project management, things like that. For this project, I want to use Flutter. And Flutter is a multi-platform software development tool that was created by Google for their own use inside in their own applications. Uses the Dart programming language. I wasn't happy with learning a new programming language, but it's pretty similar to C or C++ or even Java, enough so that it hasn't been a horrible transition for me. To learn Flutter and Dart, I took a Flutter crash course online. It was a free course, and I'll have a link to that in the description below. But that kind of gets me started here. So I belong to a fairly large ham radio club here in Southern California. And we have repeaters. These are special radios up on hilltops that will rebroadcast signals. So I can use something like a handheld radio like this and talk from San Diego to Santa Barbara or out to Yuma, Arizona or Las Vegas, because it travels over these hilltop repeaters. So we have 39 repeaters scattered around Southern California, and that's a lot to keep track of. So my idea is to create an app where a club that has a large collection of repeaters like this could create a file on their website, say a JSON file, that has all the information about the club, including like a URL for a ICS file for all their club calendar events, maybe a way for members to message each other, a number of things like that. So That's the goal for the app, is to create what I'm going to call this Ham Club app, unless somebody can come up with a better name. The idea is that this app will periodically check, see if there are updates to that file, and the app will allow a user to import files for multiple clubs and be able to map those repeaters so they know which ones might be most likely, as well as see combined calendar for all their club events. Yes, I'm referring to notes below. And other ideas I've had for this app, again, I mentioned chat before. There could be call sign lookups. There could be solar weather data on here. This is something that's important for people operating HF or the worldwide bands. The ability to log nets, which are kind of like meetings on the air, so that everybody can keep track of, or a net control operator can keep track of who has checked in and who hasn't, and then people can go back and look to make sure they were recorded properly, things like that. Those are just some of the ideas. And I think that's probably enough for this introduction. And I will start working on the next step, which will be to better describe the problem and how or not how, but what some of the different components of the design are going to be. And then we'll start moving into what maybe some of the user interface is going to look like. And I'll start doing some coding. And all of this code I'm going to put up in a GitHub. I will do a label for every video that I do, so you can watch the progress a little bit easier. One of the benefits of Flutter is that it's multi-platform, so this is something that will be available for both Android and iOS phones, but it could also be a web app or even a desktop app. So there's lots of opportunities here. But that's about it for now. So thanks. If this seems interesting to you, subscribe and click on notifications. I don't know that I'm going to keep a regular posting schedule for this, but if you do those things, you'll get notified when new videos are posted. If you have comments, questions, thoughts, go ahead and leave them in the comments, and I'll get back to you. So thanks a bunch, and I'll catch you in the next video.